Well, hello and welcome to the Cosmic Echo Tarot Experience. It is a reading which connects historic cycles of frequency through your personal repeating tarot energy. That's right, you and your life are an echo of past energies. I've done tarot for over 20 years. In that time, I have discovered that tarot does not predict anything, at least from not from my point of view, but it is the science of potential, your potential to manifest. I've also done astrology and numerology for over 50 years, and those are the science of cycles, within cycles, within cycles, within cycles, which explains why history keeps repeating itself. It seems like we never learn anything. We just keep repeating the same scenarios over and over and over and over again with pretty much the same results. None. So, in any event, I take these two elements, the tarot, the metaphysical side with the numerology and astrology, and I create a picture. Because we are ancient experience. I know we see ourselves as being new. Oh, it's never happened before. Oh, I was the first person to think of it. Oh, I'm the first of it. Nah. We experience ancient energetic frequencies continually through our life. Been repeating again and again for centuries. Longer than that, thousands, millions of years, maybe, for all I know. We see them as new because we have a little sliver of life. 70, 80 years, probably. But in terms of geologic time, millions, maybe billions of years, that's nothing. Each life has its own echo, and it's the echo of the last time. We're not aware of it, of course, but that's what our lives are. So, using tarot as a tool, I locate the current frequency. Once found, I use the other tools I told you about to tell the story, because that's what the whole thing is about, is telling you a story, not just getting the tarot energy and dumping it in your lap and say, hey, you do with it what you want. Don't do that. You get the destination, but you also get the map to the destination, which comes in the numerology and astrology. I want you to have the whole picture. I want you to have the experience, which will allow you to manifest your spiritual kryptonite, because that's what the manifesting ability is. It is literally magic. It's your ability to create pictures from within inside you, not from some sort of tech device, AI or laptop or desktop or smartphone. No. You experience your life, personal, upfront, and then you reflect back the creativity. And sometimes that creativity comes from those ancient frequencies we were talking about, but it still is a two-step metaphysical process to help you get the whole picture. I begin with 3 tarot cards. Each card has its own energy frequency. But I combine all 3 into one frequency. That reveals your manifesting potential. I use astrology and images. They could be from the past, they could be from the present, whatever, that help convey the energy, because that's what we're talking about. So it's a question of knowing what the tarot energy is, combining it with other energies that surround that theme so that you can create the best tarot kryptonite you possibly can. The information has to be simple, though. It has to be clear, has to be powerful, no fantasy, no unicorn, no rainbows, none of that stuff. It is your matrix revealed in repeating cosmic cycles that are being reflected to you in this lifetime. That brings the ancient frequencies into your life right now, whether you're consciously aware of it or not. Remember, it's about your choice. That's the potential. That's the energy in tarot, your choice. And knowing those repetitive energetic patterns around you, this enables you to take these ancient frequencies and update them, make them current. Think of it as a cosmic GPS. The tarot gives you the destination, the astrology, and the imagery give you the map to the destination. This unique package helps you activate your spiritual kryptonite, as I said, and I want to emphasize that because people who are familiar with the term kryptonite, Superman, that kind of a thing, you know that that's very powerful juju. And we do manifest already, but it tends to be in a negative. I know we say all the words, I want this. We sound positive. We feel negative. And so we get negative. This is trying to adjust it. That's why I want to give you the whole picture. I want you to ride the cosmic wave to your best destiny. Today's theme is spine tingling, or to put it another way, deep knowing. This is something that is almost genetic. Almost genetic. You can feel stuff inside, and you have no conscious connection to it, but you can still feel it. And I mean deeply. That's why I say spine tingling, into your bone marrow. But you ignore it because it's not easily accessed. This deep knowing goes and dissipates, and you lose an opportunity. I don't want you to do that. So, spine tingling is where we're going to be going today. Now, before we begin this journey together, I want to go to the Cosmic Cycles page because I want to again kind of give you a quick rundown. Again, this is the picture, not simply the tarot, not simply the astrology or the images. It's combining the whole thing together. Astrology is a kind of alchemy. It's a cyclical nature kind of thing. Literally, what goes around comes around. You've heard that expression, right? It's understanding and knowing these cycles that give us the pulse of the matrix. It permits us to feel and focus on the power of the tarot, the combination of the two, the tarot and the metaphysical side, which encompasses astrology, numerology. Anyway, the combination of the two gives us a deeper power and control over our destiny. Because I want you to see it, to feel it, to touch it, to taste it. And so I have to make a picture. This is all about the spine tingling information that you have inside of you that you know is there, but you got nothing to grab onto. So it just kind of, it's like a fart in the wind. It goes away real quickly. That's unfortunate. Hey, I just want to remind you before we get farther into this, I do have an email, tau-tarot@proton.me, tau-tarot@proton.me. Feel free to contact me, good, bad, indifferent, doesn't make any difference. I'm reaching out, and I'm pretty good at responding. Now down to one email. I'll get back to you in a day or so. tau-tarot@proton.me. Alrighty, so we've talked about it. Let's get to it. The astrology, the metaphysical part, huh? Let's see what we can do with Astro Hits. Subtitle, Down to the Bone. Again, this is an energy, this is a frequency, this is a feeling that maybe you can't put into words, maybe you can't touch, but it's there. And so this month, November, this month is a month of preparation. All the faraway planets, including Mercury, by the way, are retrograde. When that happens, you got 5, 6 planets retrograde. That's a strong signal to start to prepare. I mean, take it seriously. Start to prepare. 2026 is going to be a profound fight for freedom. Thinking at that point will be diminished. You're going to be simply reacting. Stuff's going to be thrown at you from every kind of direction they can possibly throw things at you. You will not have time to think. That's why this month is the time to work out what your value system is, what you think about yourself, your life. Get that stuff in order. 2026 begins a series of time where humanity will be on the brink. So use this month to prepare to be tested like you have never been tested before. The planets Uranus and Neptune, by the way, are in positions related to the Aqaba. About 82, 83 years ago, 1947 to be exact. That's when the Zionists invaded Palestine. They were brutal. absolutely brutal, indefensible. But they took Palestine. They thought it was theirs. So they invaded 1947. Well, now we move a full cycle, a Uranian cycle, that's 84 years, and half a Neptune cycle, that's 84 years. And here we find ourselves somewhere between 2026 and 2030. Likely, this is the time period, starting next year through 2030, where there will be another invasion. Just like Akba, just as difficult. This time, though, it's going to be the banks, it's going to be tech. But the results are going to be just as devastating. Yeah, you may not see the bodies in the street, but you're going to see the effects, you're going to see the results. And if you don't have yourself together, you will be just as devastated as the Palestinians were back in 1947 and continue to be, by the way. Same energy, astrologically. Uranus, Neptune, 1947 till this time period, 2026 to 2030. It's going to hit. I hope you're prepared. You're being given a shot. So let's take a look at existential information. Ran across this, and it was just one of those things. I don't know what the hell it means. It just stood out. 1913, the year 1913. Oh, 1913, by the way, was the year that the Fed was formed illegally. The United States was officially purchased and bought 1913 with the Federal Reserve. Also, the Federal Reserve, as part of their charter, opened up the Internal Revenue Service because they needed the tax money to keep funding them. And they also encouraged women to get out there and work because it would double the workforce, double the tax base, and a year later we got into World War I. That was all connected because bankers get rich off of war. And if you form the Federal Reserve in 1913, you better work double hard to make sure that you got that good economic base, no matter what it does to everything and everybody else. So, what do we got here? Well, we got a whole bunch of things going on. You can look at them in your spare time. The one that really kind of caught me, along with that 1913 thing, was that Hitler, Stalin, Trotsky, and Freud all lived in Vienna. Again, I don't know what it means. I just find it fascinating, and I just wanted to pass a little food for thought, I think. Let's go to Picture Perfect. Mark Twain, I love the guy. He was eloquent, humorous, insightful. I quote Mark Twain as saying, "The truth has no defense against a fool determined to believe a lie." And there's a lot of that in the world, certainly a lot of it in the United States. Don't confuse me with the facts. Don't confuse me with the facts. And I define what facts are. I define what science is. I define because I'm delusional. Mark Twain would support that. Truth has no defense against a fool determined to believe a lie. Along those same veins, here's a quote, and I don't know from who, but it's almost poetic. How much dip would a dipshit shit if a dipshit could shit dip? Tongue twister. Huh, that's for sure. Franz Kafka, upper right. It's often safer to be in chains than to be free. Yeah, it is. In chains, you become a victim. In chains, you become helpless. In change, you have no responsibility. A lot of people like that. And one final thought: evil preaches tolerance until it's dominant, and then it tries to silence the good. Boy, have we seen that, huh? Especially in America. Oh, we're getting the Zionists. Oh, yeah, free speech. Oh, yeah, First Amendment, First Amendment. Until they get power, and then all of a sudden they want to shut you down. They want to shut you down on the internet. They want to shut you down in the colleges. You can't say anything whatsoever. By the way, today's Zionists very much a reflection of the Bolsheviks in Russia in 1917. The first thing the Bolsheviks did, they were Jews, by the way, Bolsheviks. First thing they did when they got to power, made it illegal to say anything negative about Jews, Zionism. A direct reflection of what's going on around us today. But again, the truth has no defense against a fool who is determined to believe a lie. Thank you, Mark Twain. So let's get to the tarot, huh? That's the reason we're here. Let's take a look. All of this is talking about spine tingling, deep knowing. The tarot begins with the Seven of Cups, fantasy thinking, fantasy choices. In fact, really, if you look at the Seven of Cups, here is this person looking at a multiplicity of possibilities, multiplicity of choices. A couple of things. First of all, choices are not real choices. Having 52 varieties of flavored donuts is not the same as being able to have two solid, real, honest choices for president. We don't have that. We have two choices, but they've already been vetted by the rich, the powerful. And so, as George Carlin said, you really have no choice. It's a one-party deal. No matter who you choose, you get John McCain or Dick Cheney. Pick your poison. So there just is an illusion of choice. And here's another thing to consider, too. When you have choices, you tend to be unhappy no matter what you decide. Well, I'd like this one. But this one over here, well, that's kind of... Oh, and then there's this third thing here that's kind of... I don't know what to do. Back in the married days, I was married for more than 30 years. Often ran into this thing with my wife. She would see things. In those days, we had newspapers with advertisements, and she'd see either shoes or blouses or whatever the hell it was. And me being sort of a dutiful husband, I would, if requested, go along with her. We'd get into the store, and she'd say, here's the shoes, here's the blouse, here's the whatever she was looking for. And then her eyes would wander a little bit, and she'd see another option. Same pair of shoes, same dress, same whatever, just a different color. Ooh, I like that. That's nice. That's nice. And then she'd see a third and a fourth, and by the time she finally chose, and I had to help her very often in the choices, because I mean, you just get tangled up. We got home, and she wasn't happy with the choice because, I could have had that blue pair of shoes, could have had that beige pair of shoes, could have had that. Choice, while it seems freeing, I think actually puts us into chains. One, it makes us very materialistic. Two, you're never happy with your choice because there was always another option. Next card, Four of Swords. Four of Swords talks about stepping back, contemplating. Talking about November being so very important, so very strong, powerful month. Preparation month. That's what the Four of Swords is talking about. We go Seven of Cups. You think you have all these choices? Take a look at the choices. See what real choice you do have, or are you just being set up? Like president. Wouldn't make any difference who you voted for as president. You're going to get the same result because it's owned. The presidency is owned. The government is owned. Final card is the Seven of Wands. It's a defiance. It's taking a stand. It's saying, I'm not going to play the game anymore. I'm not going to pick your choices. I'm going to choose for myself, and I'm going to choose freedom. Of course, that means also choosing responsibility, which is a sticky wicket because most people don't want to be responsible for anything. Not. For those that are mature enough, for those that are sensible enough, for those who see the big picture, for those who feel this spine tingling, deep knowing, they'll make the decision. They'll make the right one. For freedom, for independence. You got about 4 years between now and 2030 to figure it all out. Good. So, time's up. Thank you very much for your investment in time. I appreciate it very muchly. Please do me a favor, like and subscribe. Big war going on the internet. They're very, very subtle about it. They simply take the numbers and they erase them. Algorithms make things disappear, and you're never the wiser. Be wiser. Like and subscribe. Between now and the next time you and I get together to do tarot, peace and blessings.